Facebook Ads Case Study, Lead Generation for Businesses, Part 4. Today, in this video, I am going to show you the final part of my 4-part series, where I show you my first Facebook ads campaign for list building, what I did right and what I did wrong. To review, my goal is simple. Get an email subscriber for $1 or less for buildingsocialproof.com. In part 1, I showed you how I selected my audiences. They were Smart Passive Income with Pat Flynn and Social Media Examiner. In part 2, I showed you how I started to optimize my audience and got my conversion cost down to $10.35 per subscriber. Not very good. In part 3, I showed you how I did even more optimizations and got my cost per conversion down even more to $2.38 per conversion. Now we're talking. Today, let's continue on with what I did next to get my cost per conversion even lower. First, I looked at the previous week and saw Smart Passive Income was costing me more than Social Media Examiner. And here's what I mean. Let's look at this. So at the top, on the very first line, you see Social Media Examiner, and my cost per lead was $1.84. But no matter how I mixed up the Smart Passive Income audience, whether I did USA or international or however I mixed it up, my cost per lead was always higher. So I know that Social Media Examiner, that their audience converts better for me. I added a new audience called Social Media Today, and that's the fan page of Social Media Today, just so you know. I figured it was closer to Social Media Examiner and wanted to try it. I removed Smart Passive Income since it was consistently more expensive to advertise to. Next, I only ran my highest converting ad that got me the cheapest opt-ins, and here's what that ad looked like. So I tried a lot of different variations of ads over the other weeks, and you saw those in the other videos, but this is the one over the whole entire month that was consistently the cheapest opt-in. So I dropped away all the other ads and just wanted to run this one. I kind of figured maybe long term that people would keep seeing this ad over and over and it would lose its effectiveness, but I did want to give it a try just to really make a run for it and try to get my cost per subscription down to $1 or less. After letting the ads run without being modified for 4 days, the conversion rates increased dramatically. I'm not sure why, but I think it's because Facebook's optimization algorithm kicked in for conversion optimizations. Prices fell to under $1 per opt-in for Social Media Examiner. So check this out. Out of the two audiences, I finally saw Social Media Examiner coming in converting at only 79 cents. If you think I'm fired up, you're right. I about fell out of my chair when I saw this, especially when you go back to week 1 where, I spent $25 and didn't even get one conversion. And we look at Social Media Today, and that audience, even though it was a brand new audience, is actually converting pretty darn good at $1.15. One thing I found is that when you change your ad sets, it seems like Facebook's optimization algorithm resets. You need to let your ads run a few days again for it to kick back in. This can make it expensive to constantly tweak your campaign, so that's a takeaway for you. After week 4 ended, here is what my campaigns looked like. So you can see Social Media Examiner actually ended up under $1 at 93 cents per conversion, and Social Media Today was a little bit higher at $1.37, and then we see the Smart Passive Income audience, which I did remove shortly into the week, was almost double Social Media Examiner at $1.83. But my cost per lead is $1.12, and honestly, I was pretty fired up about that. So I ended the week just short of my goal at $1.12 per lead. But I know by optimizing my campaign in this way, I will be able to get my cost per lead less than $1 each. To recap, what I've learned over the last month and in these 4 videos is number 1, let Facebook do the heavy lifting with conversion optimizations. You'll remember I started out with cost per click optimizations and it just wasn't working for me. It just wasn't working until I let Facebook optimize for what I really wanted, and that was conversions. Test different audiences and ad copy, and you can see even from week 2 my cost per subscriber fell by 10x. I mean, I was paying $10 a subscriber and got it down to $1 just by tweaking my audiences and ad copy, just those 2 things. Drop the losers and run with the winners. So if a campaign's not working, just drop it fast and keep your winners and test a different one against it. That's how you'll find the magic combination that'll work for you. And number 4, and I think this is probably the most important one, is stick to a predefined budget. If you can afford only $5 a day, start with $5 a day and stick to it for a month and see what you can learn with Facebook ads. Understand your campaigns are going to totally suck in the beginning, just like mine did, and you're not going to get very good results. What most people do is they just quit right away after the first week or so before they've really given themselves time to learn the Facebook ad system, and don't make that mistake. Pick a budget that works for you and stick to it for at least a month so that you can see how this all works. To learn more about marketing with Facebook and social media, head on over to my site at buildingsocialproof.com, where I'll show you how to start a social media strategy in 7 days or less. And my name's Brian Fleming. I'll talk to you again soon. Take care.